Ooh, this will be interesting with the Jade deck. Jade versus Jade. Lon Morrison says, what do you think happens to all the Jade decks in a month when Brand cycles out of standard? Seems Brand so vital with Jade to get Jade rolling. No, I mean, Bran is really good with Jade, but I don't think it's dependent on it, and it's not really quite, it's a little premature for me to comment before seeing new cards, because we just never know what kind of cards, will they be adding new Jade cards, you know, or new cards that do kind of similar effects, you know, because they have done that. They were, like, for example, in the last expansion, you know, they added cards that are very similar to old cards, but slightly different. In a second, I'll give you an example. I think I'm just going to keep the Mana Tide Totem and we'll throw everything on its back. Like, for example, they just released a 3/4, I forget the name of it, 3/4 for Priest, where it gives +3 health. Well, that's the same exact thing that they released in, I think it was the first expansion, maybe, where it gave, it was a 3/4 minion, but when it died, it gave 3 health to a random
oh, yes,
minion.
yeah, what was that called?
But the point is that they often do make cards that are very similar to, or they at least have, we can name numerous cards where it's very similar to cards that have rotated out. So let's just wait and see. For example, in the last video I made, I basically said that you know, this is the, with the, when standard rotates, it's the end of dragons, but that's dependent on unless they add a bunch of new dragons. So if they do that, then, you know, dragons can stick around possibly, but yeah, we'll have to wait and see. All right, so I really love this uncontested Mana Tide Totem. Probably does bring out a Wrath, but you know, if he wants to play a minion or something instead, you know, get a couple draws from it to be good.
Yeah, that's right. You know, if he does play Wrath, it's off curve, so we don't really mind that much.
Yeah. George says pretty much the same thing. I think they will give us cards with similar effects. Yeah, I didn't see you say that when I said that, but that's exactly what I was thinking. J-Hug says, I was level 1 earlier today trying to make the legend push. High level 2 right now. Any deck suggestions for the final push? Dude, that's awesome, man. Well, what I've noticed is that there is quite a meta difference between, or at least I was finding it between, you know, rank 1 and below and then legend. So what I would say is, hey, how was your last 10 games? What decks were you facing? Are you facing a lot of aggro? Are you facing a lot of, you know, Reno decks? So maybe just let me know what you've been kind of facing a lot of in the last 10 games, and that would be able to help me to give you a better suggestion on what deck to play. So Blood Mage plus Hero Power, and Blood Mage really here is just a cycle. We do have the 2 Azure Drakes, which can activate our Spirit Claws, so we're not really dependent on this. We just need to get into our other cards. We want to get our Jade cards especially, because, you know, we want to start snowballing them. Druid has really horrible removal, and so unless we can start pressuring him, it's going to go bad for us. So I think we might even hex this. Let me just give it a little thought. So I'm worried about giving up the tempo. Let me just think of how badly I might need this hex. What's more important here? We could also maybe just to go, hang on, we don't need that actually. Let's start Jade Lightning plus Spirit Claws, and that way we save our hex, which is going to be very important. We get our Jades going, and we don't lose the tempo here. So that's what you're thinking too?
Yeah.
Okay. Also, the fact that we activated Spirit Claws is good, because even if he wipes our board, now that we have the Spirit Claws up, you know, we can just play a Drake and smack him for 3. You know, we'll be able to keep this activated for quite some time with Double Drake. But yeah, I didn't really want to give up the tempo and allow him to play like an Emperor Thorson on an empty board, you know, or something like that. So I really like this position.
The Ancient One call.
See if the Reno, okay, sorry, not the Reno. See if the Cthulhu is activated. Sometimes people play that card just as a taunt, you know, if they're going to play just a very anti-aggro taunt deck. But because we saw the little activation there in the corner, that means, yes, he does have Cthulhu. So we probably want to save a hex. We do have two, but I'm going to be greedy with this hex until we see the other one. And we'll just look for other ways to kill this. So let's just see here. We have... Looks like we don't really have a great way to kill it. We might just go Drake and 3, 4, 5. So we can do with Lava Shock, but then we're wasting our heal. Not a big fan of that. I'm trying to get our Jades going here.
And if it's an Aviana Kun kind of deck, you know, saving Hex for Cthulhu, you know, doesn't really make sense because it is a one-turn kill. So I don't know. I wouldn't be against hexing it myself. But
Yeah.
yeah, we do have a taunt minion on the board. I guess he does have his hero power, but you know, I don't think there is too much of a rush.
Yeah. So that swipe was pretty painful, though. I'm not sure. Well, I don't know. Of course, when you see a play like that and you get your whole board wiped, you know, it does make you rethink things. But there's going to be lots of fairly big cards, I think. There's going to be at least a second one that we have to deal with. If we did Hex, we couldn't. So we couldn't do a Drake again.
Yeah.
3, 4. Oh.
Considering that we do have two types of cards that heal in our hand, do you think it will be too expensive to go Azure Drake than Spirit Claws and just swing at it?
What to do?
So that would mean that the body kills it. Yeah, you know what? I think we can do it. I kind of wish I didn't. Kind of wish I did it the first time. You know, because I could have done it because we had spell power active, but I missed that. So kind of it's painful to do it now. But yeah, I do think that makes sense. Jekyll says, gotta go get some foods. Thanks for the streaming, bro. I'll be back later if I can. Thanks a lot, Jekyll. Appreciate you hopping into the chat and watching, man. It's awesome.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in. See you next time.
Have some good grub, man. Enjoy your meal. Yeah, it's just removing everything on us here. Definitely a concerning position here. Okay. So if we go Mana Tide, Hero Power, Thing from Below, how much was that? That's 3, 4, 5. That's free. Then we have 3 more mana to do, I don't know, same point. Well, if we get a Hero Power and it's Spell Power, that's something. Could also just do, I think, no, we have to get down a Thing from Below. It's too much damage.
I wonder.
But now we could also just do Water Speaker, Hero Power. Let's start with Hero Power because both options have Hero Power in it. I think I'm just gonna go with Water Speaker here. Probably should ask you. That was one where I wasn't 100% sure what the best option was. What were you thinking there, brother?
Yeah, I think that's definitely the safest play. I might have actually just played Aya in that turn as well, just because if you do survive, you are in a very good position to come back strong.
Yeah.
So, you know, but I guess, you know, it might actually be greedy to just, you know, like not want to play the game out a bit slower and, you know, have a chance of surviving. Yeah, that's what I think.
Okay. Okay, so this Maelstrom's really good here. The Edric is actually not a bad draw, especially if he doesn't OTK me now. This deck, I would assume, I played one version similar. It runs, you know, Kun and Aviana and then Bran and then Cthulhu to just try to OTK. That's probably what it is, but anyways, we kind of need, it would be so good. Like, we haven't been lucky with our spell power totem rolls. I just got to make sure that if I roll spell power, I still have the option to do everything I'm trying to do. So spell power, what would that do? It would basically mean that we could use a Lava Shock plus a Maelstrom to kill the 5/4. And then we'd be able to use our hero power to kill the Fandral. So it really is good. So let's just see here. So that'd be 2, 4, 6, 8. And then we could, this can unlock anyway. So let's go for it. Excellent. Excellent. Maelstrom.
I would Maelstrom again.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then just trade into one.
absolutely.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I was swinging at space too.
And then just re-equip the second one. Yeah. Okay, so we got that went well. He doesn't have a lot of cards. We do have Edric, like if he plays something with some high attack, that's good too. But once again, I'm just kind of worried about the OTK aspect of it. So Raven Idol and the Raven Idol, love it. Wonder what he would want here. Interesting. Okay, so we can kill one for sure. Could kill a second with Lava Shock if we so desire. Let's just try to think through our different options here. He is going into turn 10, but shouldn't be able to do any crazy combos. So we could go. I really would love to do Aya.
Yeah.
So if we go Aya, we would. I guess honestly, we could just attack, like forget about Lava Shock, attack, and do Water Speaker too. It's pretty good. I actually like that.
Yeah, I like IO Water Speaker.
Now, I think I would rather. This is tough here because
Yeah,
I don't really want Aya to get the. Well, maybe it's okay for if it got the. Because I really honestly just don't want the totems to get the Divine Shield. So maybe there's better odds to play this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lovely.
Yeah. Okay. George says, I have to go too. It's almost 3 after midnight here. Keep up the good job. Thanks so much, George. Appreciate the follow, my friend. And you have a good night there over in Greece, my friend. Take it easy. Hope to see you again next time. So basically, we really want to just pressure the guy before he's able to get his combo, before he's able to get his Cthulhu. I'm less convinced right at this point that he is playing the OTK version because usually the OTK version has a lot of cycle. And he has not been cycling. And this is very interesting right here. We could do an Edric and not kill off Aya. I still would prefer to save the Hex, I think. Just save that for Cthulhu, just because or we could just save the Edric for Cthulhu. There's really the two options. Do you want to save the Edric or the Hex for Cthulhu?
I would save the Hex.
You'd save the Hex? Okay. So, what do you think about maybe like Edric plus Mana Tide plus Thing from Below?
Whew.
I quite
guess,
like it because
yeah.
he doesn't have the resources to be able, like, I mean, what's his he's that we already seen what he chose from Raven Idol. It wasn't AoE, so
You're actually 1 mana short of playing all 3 of those cards.
oh yes, you're right. You're right. You are quite right. Nah, there's just no point. There's no point taking the 1 extra damage when we know what's coming.
Yeah.
You know, we could die to a Cthulhu, right? It's just.
And we didn't even consider there was a healing totem on the board, so we lost literally nothing.
Yeah, no, that's right. But yeah, it's like when you have great board control, when you know he doesn't have AoE, and you know that there's just going to be one big shot coming at you, you know, there's no point in taking extra risk by taking the extra damage. Okay, so again, Shaman, we're going to throw back Drake and probably Jade Lightning too. Mana Tide. Well, if he has a really bad start, I don't know. They usually don't have bad starts. Probably better to look for like a weapon instead. I think I'm gonna keep the Blood Mage because if I get Spirit Claws or if I get Maelstrom, it's a really good activator for it. So yeah, here we go. So now we can just play Spirit Claws on one and then Blood Mage the next turn. If we want, if there's something worth killing. Alright, dude. Don't drop Totem Golem though. That's something I...
Who goes there?
Yeah, we can deal with Buccaneer. That's fine.
I'm in charge now.
We can deal with Buccaneer. Yeah, let's get rid of it here. Well, I mean, there's two options. One is we could just hit the patches. He's going on turn 3 though, so that's probably not wise because he can probably protect it with wolves. So where we couldn't get at it. Hero power is not too bad, but you know, if he's an aggressive deck, we don't want to lose too much ground. That's the perfect one for him to roll for us. So we have the option. We can now do a clean trade, have an empty board, and throwing down this Mana Tide is just awesome because, you know, one, we get to draw. He'll want to remove this. I hate the fact I'm drawing every turn, and also it's a totem, so works well with Thing from Below, which we already have in hand. Okay, this is actually perfect because, you know, we have a Hex, so we get a clean removal on it. Clean removal on it. Let me just think here. We might even want to hero power here because we're just going to do a Drake next turn. Yeah, let's do it. Because it's pretty important to hero power because we want a good Thing from Below. So anyways, he's overloaded now by 2, and he only has 3 mana to work with, and you know, we got a Mana Tide that's continuing to draw us cards, so super awesome. Okay, so our Azure Drake is pretty good against this.
Job's done.
This game is going really well for us so far. Got lots of resources. Lots of good cards here.
We hunger for vengeance.
Alright, so let's think through different plays here. I don't mind doing just like a Jade Claws here though. Let's do a Jade Claws.
Elements guide me.
Throw down the Thing from Below here, just so we have a way to make sure that we deal with Flame Tongue. Although we can just deal with it with just Jade Claws plus the 1/1 here, or we can Lava Shock as well. A couple different options. So it looks like we're probably going to be doing a Lightning Storm here. We'll probably hero power first. Hopefully we don't low roll if we do get no. I wonder if that's the right thing to do here. We might want to just wait an extra turn. I mean, I guess it's not. If we low rolled on 3, it'd be a real problem. Maybe we'll just see if we get spell power first. Okay, we didn't. So I think I'm going to do a Jade Spirit instead. That's only 6 damage. We can wait and see what else he plays. And we do have a taunt up, so we're not really worried about taking too much damage here. Can't do a Lightning Storm now. Maelstrom doesn't make any sense. Hopefully play something else here so we can have a better Lightning Storm. Yeah, that works. That's okay that it heals for 1 because these both definitely die no matter what, so... So we can now do Hero Power, Lightning Storm, that's 5, and then we can probably play like Mana Tide Totem after that. Excellent. Love it. If we didn't high roll, you know, we could have used our Jade Claws plus a Lava Shock to finish off the rest there. So no real concern, but it was definitely better that that happened. Yeah, I was gonna say it'd be quite interesting if he went for the Wrathair Totem rather than the Mana Tide. Jade Lightning looks pretty strong here. We can honestly Lava Shock this too. I don't know if it's necessary. We might want to wait on that one. Lava Shock is kind of free though, in a sense, because we're unlocking 2 crystals at the same time, but maybe that's better after like Lightning Storm plus Ancestral Knowledge or something. So would really love to, let's just see here. I think I'm just gonna hang back on, it's kind of a hard decision. We could do an Ancestral Knowledge if we want. Yeah, I may as well just Hero Power, I think. Don't want to have to commit to it. So we have the Lightning Storm, so I'm not really honestly worried at all. I just want to make sure I'm making good plays.
Golems are a girl's best friend.
Okay. That's fine, we have Healing Wave. We're not really concerned about that. Looks like that's going to be a GG here. Yeah, that's another reason why we're hero powering, is just to have, you know, cheap or free, things like that. But I think Aya, well, is it even worth clearing Aya? I mean, with a Hex. It's only going to make a 3/3. This game's going to be over really soon. We'll just save it. Yeah, we'll save it. Nice. Yeah, there was lots of things that we could do there. You know, Ancestral Knowledge, and then we had Lava Shock. So there was very, you know, since he had no cards, there was really no way for him to come back there. Anyways, signing off. John, wanna say goodbye?
Goodbye, my dear friends. Thanks for tuning in, and I hope to see you next time.
Okay, no, this is not planned, but can we do a double keep grinding here or what?
All right, let's go.
Until next time, everybody,
Keep grinding.
Classic. Hey, thanks so much for checking out my video. I'd appreciate if you just take a quick second to like and comment below. I'd love to hear what you're thinking. If you're not connected with me yet, make sure you subscribe right here on YouTube. And also, if you can't get enough of LegendJeremy, you can check out this video right here. Okay guys, until next time, keep grinding.